Hi, my name is Sonia Paradzi, and I asked myself, is it possible to cut too much in governmental expenses? In January, Pierre Poilievre said that there are too many federal public servants and the work is not done. In December, there was a publication saying that the number of federal public servants increased 3 times more rapidly than the population. However, the biggest union of federal public servants, the Public Service Alliance of Canada, defended themselves. They underlined that the number of federal workers corresponds to less than 1% of the population, meaning the same level than in 2010, before the cuts of the conservative government of Stephen Harper. That level remains under the one in the years 1980 and 1990, reminds the union. Last year, we learned that Ottawa was getting ready to ditch costly, error-prone Phoenix space system. Indeed, that system launched in 2016, which cost taxpayers nearly $4 billion, failed regularly to deliver public servants paychecks on time or in the right amounts. I found some details on how this new system was implemented. The hope was that a new, more centralized and automated system would lower labor requirements and reduce costs by $78 million per year by eliminating 650 positions, automating pay processes, and eliminating duplicate data entry. In August 2010, Stephen Harper announced that the new Public Service Space Center will be located in New Brunswick. In June 2011, IBM won the contract using PeopleSoft. In May 2012, the new center opens. The center begins to eliminate pay advisor positions. In March 2014, the government adopted a train-the-trainer approach rather than follow IBM's recommended system. In May 2015, IBM recommends to delay the rollout of Phoenix. In June 2015, a pilot to test Phoenix in a single department is cancelled. In November 2015, the Liberal Party wins the elections. A few months later, in February 2016, the first wave of the Phoenix space system is launched. So here are the causes of the failure of Phoenix that I found. The government managers have blamed the lack of training for employees, particularly those in the new Miramichi Pay Center. Federal unions have blamed IBM, drawing comparisons with the 2010 Queensland health payroll problems, which also involved IBM and eventually cost $1.2 billion. The former conservative government has been blamed for cutting employees too quickly and underspending on training. Then, the Liberal government has been blamed for rolling out the system too quickly and ignoring warning signs. Here we have an article in October 2017. According to it, the government had not tested the Phoenix system. The Liberal Party justified the urgence of launching Phoenix beginning 2016 because of the layoff of hundreds of pay advisors under the Conservatives. The choice was not between Phoenix and the old pay system. It was between Phoenix and no pay system. I am not an expert in ways to deploy a new software. So I wanted to check what is the good way for a software deployment. And here I found something at the Group SL web page. According to them, the step 5 is test the deployment plan. So before the actual rollout of a new software, it is crucial to test the deployment strategy. Here you can perform unit and integration tests to identify and correct problems before full deployment. So it seems a very, very, very important step into new software deployment. So here is a summary of my understanding of what happened. First, there was a selection of a system that showed failures in another country. Then there was the layoff of many pay advisor positions before the new system was launched. Then there was inadequate training of people who had not been laid off. And there was a test that was cancelled. So according to me, what I can see is that the conservative goal between 2010 and 2015 was to develop a new pay system at the lowest possible price. Their goal was not to develop a new pay system of quality. And here we see the impacts in cutting too much in the expenses and in not focusing in making the new project right the first time. The Canadians lose more money instead of saving money. Here is my proposal to obtain efficient and affordable information technology systems. I think that we should invest in an internal team of skilled coders. Also, I suggest to develop new information technology systems on a Linux distribution. Why do I say that? Because there are a lot of systems that were developed on Linux and that work very well. For example, at NASA, the International Space Station, all the computers in the International Space Station work with Linux. They have also the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. At the CERN, the Large Hadron Collider works with Linux. The majority of the supercomputers also are on Linux. Most of the internet also, Instagram, Airbnb, Netflix, and many others work on Linux. They are US nuclear submarines. Also, Linux is used for advanced air traffic control, self-driving cars, some games consoles, smartwatches, and Chromebooks. So we see that Linux is used a lot. Here are advantages of Linux. Linux is an open source operating system. Therefore, the code is visible by the programmers. That makes it more easily adaptable to the needs. Linux also is free. It is stable and reliable, and it is recognized as the most secure operating system. So, here is the final answer of all my thoughts. Is it possible to cut too much in governmental expenses? My answer is yes. A government can cut too much in the governmental expenses when the cuts are done in essential expenses instead of only in expenses that became useless or superfluous. I find it very important to ask questions to know better the details of planned cuts, since the devil is in the details. Thank you very much thank you very much. And if you could see that I put my references in the different slides. If you want to know more, you can, well, don't hesitate to go to the references that I gave. On that, I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.